Welcome to the working hour. I'm Mike.
And I'm Shane, and this is the Working Hour with Mike and Shane. It's like when your homie's roasting you and you can't think of a comeback.
I'm leaving.
So this week's album is Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, released October 27th, 2006, with a runtime of 34 minutes and 56 seconds.
So this was her second and final studio album.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. I didn't realize that fact until I looked into this. The album is predominantly based on her relationship with her ex-boyfriend, and then at the time, ex-boyfriend and future husband, Blake Fielder Civil. They temporarily split up, and he went back to his ex-girlfriend. So you can kind of see,
sense.
in the tracks. So that's kind of what she created the album with: guilt, grief, infidelity, heartbreak, and trauma in a relationship. And I'd be vibing to her anti-man music. I'm like, this shit kind of good.
You don't mean dick to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the album went over pretty well. A lot of people liked her songwriting, her emotional singing, and Remy and Ronson's production. I think I have their first names. But so the album had 5 singles: Rehab, You Know I'm No Good, Back to Black, and Tears Dry on Their Own, and Love Is a Losing Game. That would be number 5. At the 2008 Grammys, Back to Black won Best Pop Vocal Album and was nominated for Album of the Year.
Nice.
This album has sold 3.58 million copies in the UK alone. It's the second best album in the UK of the 21st century, with a total of 20 million copies sold worldwide. So making it kind of like one of the best albums of all time.
Shit. Damn, okay. Fucking went for it, huh?
It does have a lot of views on Spotify. I mean, the whole album as a whole has
yeah.
I mean, there's some outliers for sure. Like the big singles definitely got more listens, but
no, for sure.
It's a very popular album.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I liked, I mean, just kind of going what the general response was to not even general response, but the themes that she put into the album. I like that she could kind of be real and vulnerable, but not so oh, woe was me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I liked about it. It's empowering almost.
Yeah, there was almost like you said, empowering, and it was almost kind of playful about it.
Yeah.
It was good on you.
Yeah.
So, you ready to jump in?
Let's get into it.
Okay. Since you picked the album, you start off the track list.
All right. So up first we have Rehab at 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So a little fact about this song. This is in Amy's dad's book, where she was actually in the hospital, and her and the producer Mark Ronson, that's his full name. She was having a conversation with him, and she said, this is a quote, they tried to make me go to rehab. I told them, no, no, no. And Mark replied, that's quite gimmicky. It sounds hooky. You should go back to the studio, and we should turn it into a song. So I like the song. It's probably really the only song by hers I knew for a long time, because I just really didn't know that much Amy Winehouse until probably a couple years ago, really, honestly. I think it's a super catchy song. Like I said, probably most recognizable. I think it's funny. It's kind of a fun. Now in hindsight, not so funny because she did die.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I only gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Shit. Back to me.
Back to you, sir.
All right. Back to the black shirt wearing guy. Yeah. As far as lyrics went, I put I'd rather be at home with Ray. I ain't got 70 days. I didn't get a lot in class, but I know it didn't come from a glass. I put that I really love the soul and R&B vibes. It's my first proper listen to Amy Winehouse. First of 5 singles, I give it a 7.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good, but it feels kind of light and like you said, well, like the producer said, kind of gimmicky.
Yeah.
But
it's one of those songs that's you can definitely understand why it was a single, why it was a radio success.
Yeah.
Why it was a success.
Right.
And it's crazy, a lot of the albums, I feel like we start with track 1, obviously. And this one came out swinging. This is probably the most popular. I feel like that's safe enough to say. That's just track 1. We
Yeah,
haven't really had that in an album yet that we've done.
no, it's normally like there's like a general like sense of build up. Like you got to get like the initial introduction out of the way, but like no.
This one gets right to it.
So
Are we moving on?
we're moving on. Next song, You Know I'm No Good. 4 minutes and 17 seconds. I put the drums, bass. They give like the song unapologetically catchy attitude. Um, I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. You know I'm no good. Song of infidelity and vicious relationship cycles, and that it was the number 2 single, number 1 being Rehab. This one I gave an 8. I
Okay.
like this. Yeah.
All right. So I pretty much I think it's a better song than Rehab.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lot more catchy. I like the music of it.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, the bassy vibes to it. I did the same lyrics. I cheated myself just like I knew I would. I told you I was trouble. I'm no good. Now this is probably Rehab being the first song I knew. I heard this one years ago, probably just randomly somewhere, and I was like, it's really catchy.
Yeah.
And the way she sings it, you know that I'm no good. Um, so yeah, I thought it definitely goes with the overall theme of the album. Like you don't really know that in track 2, but just with our intro, you can kind of tell that it's about a relationship, heartbreak, trials and tribulations, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So
All right.
all right, hold on. I hit the scroll there. So we're on number 3. Me and Mr. Jones coming in at 2 minutes and 31 seconds. Now, do you know what this is like a playoff of?
Was it Mr. Jones by Counting Crows?
No.
What?
Billy Paul has a song called Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh.
And it is about it's like similar, but this is more from a woman's perspective.
Ah.
So this is probably for the long time. This was like my favorite song by her.
Yeah.
Just because I fucked with Billy Paul's version. Like I literally have that. I have it on vinyl. 360 Degrees of Billy Paul. The bass line, the background singers, Amy's iconic vocals. It's like a no-brainer. I like both versions. So usually, like if I'm listening to Me and Mrs. Jones by Billy Paul, I have to play this afterwards.
Are they like similar, like musically?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This is like it's a much song. I've probably played it for you before. But if you like this song, you should definitely listen to the Billy Paul version. I will say that. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mention what kind of fuckery is this?
Okay, it's funny because over to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put what kind of fucker
I love,
is
and it's
this?
just like you can just like
you can feel her move.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what like a lot of songs on this album. I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right, girl.
who hurt you?
Shit.
Where's he at?
Yeah.
I want him to see this.
No, it's funny. I actually just had to like write in the K to fuckery because I completely left that out. I feel like it'd be funny like whenever I'm gone, if someone finds this and they're going through, they're like, "What the? There's so many spelling errors. What is this?" But yeah, I put what kind of fuckery is this? I actually have a coffee mug that says that, and I didn't know what it was from. I was just like, oh, that's an interesting mug. Yeah, I get that.
Now you know.
I'm like, oh, it's
all
Amy
makes
Winehouse.
sense.
Look at
Needs
that.
a little like sound button like those cards have.
Yeah.
And you open the card.
Every time I take a sip, like, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So I had no idea. I did like the background singers, like some women background singers. They get the ooh, me and Mr. Young. Like, yeah. That was good. That was good. Let's see. This was. Let's see. Nowadays, you don't mean dick to me. Like I said, this I kind of scratched my head for a second. Lyric says, "Aside from Sammy, you're my best black Jew." I was like, what? It's pretty simple musically, and I feel like just because it was a little bit more subdued musically, like not anything crazy really going on, it was a little bit more low key. It kind of gave her like more room to kind of shine and just.
I feel like she's louder on that song.
Yeah, and kind of bring that bravado that she has to it. So let me see. Yeah. Oh, and I was like, what is this song? Like, what is? Maybe it was that line about "You're my best black Jew." I looked it up. Do you know who Nas is? Or
Yeah,
Nas?
yeah.
Song's about him. He's Nas. Well, he's Mr. Jones in this scenario, I guess. Yeah, it's about Nas. I guess they dated for a while.
Him and Amy Winehouse?
Yes.
Like when?
I don't know because I don't really know that much about her, but like, yeah, they were a thing. And I think they had like the same producer, and that's kind of how they got like interlinked.
Hmm.
So at least that's just what I read online, but I don't like
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't say word for word what it was, but yeah, they were a thing. So, but I liked it. This was another catchy ass song. I also gave it an 8. So, track number 4, Just Friends. 3 minutes and 13 seconds. I put there's like these like real smooth like cymbals to kind of open the song, followed up with like there's like a popping sound to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you listen, you know it. It almost sounds like maybe like they're hitting like a almost like a cowbell.
That's what I put. I think there is cowbell on this.
Yeah, and it just it was interesting. When will we get the time to be just friends? I'll never love you like her. Uh, I put Amy Mrs. Steele, your man. Not bad. Kind of simple. Pretty straightforward. I just gave this like a 6.
All right. So I think it is it's a lot quieter intro,
Mm-hmm.
a lot quieter, a little bit more kind of popish sounding. I feel like than the other songs. So the first 3 songs I feel like, with the exception to Rehab, but I feel like the first 3 are kind of more of a, I don't want to say R&B, but like jazzy
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah.
Um, but I also like the horns. I thought it was it kind of goes from like blues jazzy sounding, even though it's kind of popish.
Yeah.
And I do think there is some cowbell on it. Um, I like Amy on it. She was a little bit more like, it's more of like a singing song, I guess. It's not so much like her normal
Yeah.
performance. At first I thought the song was like, when I listened to it, I really didn't come to the realization until like the other day when I listened to it again. I thought it was kind of like when you were in a before you get in a relationship where you're just friends,
Yeah.
and then you kind of like you're together and you kind of miss like your friendship, but it's completely opposite. It's about after you break up, how can we still be friends?
Yeah.
Just friends. So I thought it was a good song. I only gave it a 5.5 though.
Okay.
But for me, it doesn't hit like the rest of the songs on the album. Still a good song, just not something I would
Yeah.
show somebody really.
No, there's like a handful of like songs on here that I think I might have been like a little like overly generous with, and I'll get into why whenever I kind of give my closing thoughts. But yeah, you'll see. You'll see.
It's a little thing called You'll See.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, back to you.
I thought I just did Just Friends. Did I not? I mean, I'll take it.
No,
Back to
I
Black.
started off because I was like smooth cymbals, popping sound, and
Oh
then
yeah,
you're like,
you're
oh
right. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. Number 5, Back to Black. Name of the album. Um, so I got a little thing here from when they were in the studio, and this is an interview from 2015. When they were in the studio working on it, she was so serious about her lyrics and stuff and everything, the way it would sound. Um, when she sings, "We only said goodbye in words. I died 100 times." They like stopped and they were like, "It's gotta rhyme. Like you gotta make it rhyme." And she said, "Why would I fix that? That's the way it came out." And he was like, "It's some of the most unlikely lyrics, and it's a massive pop single."
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good song. I think it is definitely better than the previous song, "Just Friends." But you can definitely tell it's kind of like a sad breakup song. But again, it's not like "So Woe Is Me" like we were talking about earlier. So I like it. It's a depressing song, but it's not super depressing at the same time. You kind of feel the pain and you kind of understand the lyrics a little bit. I gave it a 7.5.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I tried a troubled track. My odds are stacked. I'll go back to black. Around like the minute 20 mark, guitar kind of kicks in. Uh, we only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. And you'll go back to her,
And I'll go
and I'll go back to us. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. I put this relationship is toxic as shit. And like I think it was like whenever she's like, we only said goodbye with words. I died, 100 times. That like specifically like that part reminded me a lot of like Adele.
I could see it.
You know, um, and like I never really like knew Adele until like I want to say like around like 2010, and Amy like predated her.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean like kind of similar vibes, sort of.
I could see it.
But when I say like reminds me of Adele, I'm not trying to like be like, oh, she copied Adele. Like,
No, not at all, not at all. Because
it's
I see what you're saying. There's definitely similarities. They're not at all like close enough to be like.
right.
But I get what you're saying.
I feel like it.
Because I picked up like Pink vibes sometimes from Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
Early Pink. I don't know much of her later stuff, but like the Pink Misunderstood album from like the
Mhm.
early 2000s, maybe late 90s.
Okay.
I could see resemblance. But again, that was around similar enough times too.
Mm-hmm. I gave it a 7.3 out of 10.
7.10. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Um, Love is a Losing Game. Track number 6. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. One of the softer songs, if not that the others were heavy by any means, but like
I know what you mean though. Yeah, not as like jazzy, clubby. More. I don't know. I don't know how you would describe what people. I don't know. More like a traditional pop song.
Yeah.
And on that note, folks,
We will pause.
we are going to pause for a quick second, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back, but we're going to do this shot real quick. Some Maker's Mark. Time of the day, we need one.
Ting ting.
All right, my podcast host, brethren. We were talking about Love is a Losing Game before we took a break, so get back into it.
2 dudes, 2 bros, 2 ride or die. Yeah, so Love is a Losing Game. 2 minutes and 35 seconds long. It is one of the softer songs on the album. Not that the others were heavy. Played out by the band. Love is a Losing Hand. More Than I Can Stand. Love is a Losing Hand. Just really gave like the vibes of like fallout from a breakup. One of my favorites off the album. I feel like I do enjoy like a nice like quiet song off an album. I don't know. If it's well done, of course.
Was this a single?
I don't have it listed.
No, Love is a Losing Game was the
it's number
final
5.
single. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, which makes sense because after you're talking about it, I'm like, because I listened to this album today actually, like 2:28 or something like that at work.
Okay.
I was like, fuck. I was gonna put it on anyways, and I was like, this will literally like fill the rest of my day.
Yeah, literally.
And I was like, oh, it's about time for 3:00 because I know there's only like 2 more. So, not at this point, but anyways.
Yeah. No. I gave it an 8.1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty. Have you noticed we're kind of like similar on scores this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gave. Are you? Is that all you got? All right.
Good.
So I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I'll start with that. I know that's not how we usually do it. But she's like 5-star fire as you came. Love is a losing game. Well, it was very clever because it does suck. Like when you have something that's really good and you lose it. It's a good song. I feel like anybody who's been in a breakup, even if it's not like a terrible breakup, you can still like,
Feel that
you
feeling.
know what
You can relate.
this song is about. Which is like a lot of her music is like fuck the man, but I feel like you can kind of spin the table a little bit because humans are just terrible. It doesn't matter what gender or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sad song, but Amy kind of tells it like a story, I feel like, which makes the song good. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Respect.
All right. It's me, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, anytime like you like end a track, you're gonna start the next track.
True.
So there you go.
You're right.
I am right.
After 2
Yeah.
comes 3.
Yeah.
So track number 7, Tears Dry on Their Own. I got it at 3
Well,
minutes.
by that I mean like if you started like
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just an idiot.
You're good.
But that's a good way to look at it. So track number 7, Tears Dry on Their Own. I got it clocked at 3 minutes 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's my responsibility, and you don't owe nothing to me. But walk away, I have no capacity. Okay. I don't understand. Why do I stress the man? So I think it's another. So this song was written about. She said something about like I remember I seen an interview or something. I feel like where she was talking about it, and she was saying like it's a song like where you're hurt and you're upset, you're crying, but like you know shit's gonna be okay eventually. Like your tears dry on their own. Like nobody has to fucking help you.
Yeah.
You'll get through that shit. So I thought it was a really good song. It's honestly probably my favorite song on the album. No, it's probably my second favorite. I'll say that.
Okay.
So I like it. I like her. She's got a very deep voice in this track, with a lot of range. Like it kind of gets higher pitched, but I feel like she's very deep. I don't know if you want to say like from the throat, like how she say. I don't know, but it's a deep song, and then the chorus of it is pretty catchy. Uh, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Tears dry on their own. I do like that title. That's a good title for
The
a song.
tears dry. Oh.
Yeah, like I could see. I don't know. Surprised like more people don't have like. I could see plenty of other artists having that as like a song title. Yeah.
And she did it.
Yeah.
Chicken palm.
Chicken palm. I had some last night. It was fucking delicious. I put that it was the fourth single. Walks away. The sun goes down. He takes the day. But I'm gone. Like.
And the background singers are like,
Yeah. But yeah, no, just I don't know. It's that's what I got. But in your way, in this blue shade, my tears dry on their own. Song just has like this like I don't know this aura of like confidence that I really enjoyed, even though like it is a song about just like being like in a real like rough spot like emotionally. It's like it's all right. I'm good.
mm-hmm.
I'm good. This ain't it.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
I like that.
I just need a drink.
She's like, I need a drink. I need to make a fucking song about it, and I'm fine. All right, fuck you. And that's kind of the impression that I get.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
You know, I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Next song was this 8.
8. Yep.
Wake Up Alone, 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I like this. It's okay in the day. I'm staying busy. Tied up enough so I don't have to wonder where is he. I stay up, clean the house. At least I'm not drinking. At least I'm not drinking. I did put this point in the album. It starts to feel a little repetitive to me. It's still good though. Gave it a 6.5.
Okay. That's I gave it a 6.5 too.
All right, look at us.
Look at us.
Like it's by no means a bad song, and I do like it. I like that she's like trying to like wake up alone. It's like her tears have dried. She's waking up alone. She's kind of like trying to get into the swing of like him not being there.
Yeah.
And her just being on her own and like try not to go crazy and
I feel like this one, if you were gonna say any of the songs where like "Woe Is Me," it would probably be this one.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So that's it for me though.
But yeah, I stay up, clean the house. At least I'm not drinking, run around just so I don't have to think about thinking. I think it's a good storytelling song. Like I do kind of like that. I kind of noticed that about some of her songs. It's kind of like a story. I listened to it today and it kind of grew on me a little bit. Like I gave it a 6.5, but I kind of do like the I could see it in like a small venue performance, where she could have this and like the small crowd. It'd be really nice to maybe either start the show with. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't think you would finish with it. But yeah, like I said, I gave it 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. Respect.
All right, so track number 9, "Some Unholy War." I got it at 2 minutes and 21 seconds. It's a decent vibe to the song. I didn't really think it didn't really appeal to me a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a lot for it, honestly. But I do like her writing style. So, I mean, that's something to be said. It's kind of different, I feel like, because this is more like she's supporting her dude in this song.
Yeah.
So this is kind of different than any other song on the album. I gave it another 6.5 out of 10 just because I don't know, it wasn't really there for me. This would definitely, obviously not be a single. It wasn't a single, but this is not one of the greater songs. I feel like "Wake Up Alone" and "Some Unholy War," "Some Unholy War."
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Are are kind of the outliers on this.
That's fair. That's
So
fair.
that's all I got. What do you got?
Yeah, I clocked it at 222 Spotify.
See, that's what I got it off of, and it said 221.
Weird.
And a couple of years that you were reading earlier, I mean, it doesn't. Yeah.
Right.
Close enough.
Then
It's about this long.
It's weird that it would like show different for different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I usually get them off my laptop.
It's like, do I got this shit sped up or like?
I don't know. Good question.
By like fucking like.
It's like if you're on data versus Wi-Fi,
like
does it just tricks over?
Who knows? But I put it's a short song. I really dig the strings at the start and the like voices in the back with the background singers. Put it in writing. But who are you writing for? Just us on the kitchen floor. A justice done reciting. My stomach stands still. I like you reading my will. Yeah, I really don't have much for this song. But, I mean, I do like those lyrics. I don't really have much to, like, really comment on musically. I give, like, 6.2.
Okay.
And then into He Can Only Hold Her, track number 10. 2 minutes, 46 seconds.
See, mine says 244.
Fucking look at us.
Look at us.
Another shorty. He can only hold her for so long. Can only hold her so long. The lights are on, but no one's home. She's so vacant. Her soul is taken. I like the trumpets. A little bit of piano in there. Instruments give what is a pretty sad song kind of a fun and bouncy vibe to it. I gave it a 7.3.
Okay. So this is my favorite song on the album.
Okay.
How can he have her heart when it got stole? So he tries to pacify
Mm-hmm.
her because what's inside her never dies. So I feel like it's not written from a woman's point of view. Maybe it is, but then she would be kind of saying like she's a hoe bag,
right?
In layman's terms. But I could see it from a man's point of view, where you're like, you ever been? Yeah, I mean, sure, we've both been on like dates before, where you're like, this
ain't it.
I'm just gonna try to pacify her for the rest of the night, and then you gone.
Yeah.
So
you stay to break the dawn, and then you're gone.
You're gone.
Right. No,
but
definitely.
I think it's kind of a stretch to think of it from a man's point of view. But like it's like I said, it's my favorite song on the album. I probably listened to it maybe 20 times in the last week.
Shit,
I'd say, dude. Like,
okay.
I was vibing to it.
I see.
We're gonna get into the next track, but
shit's the last track.
Yeah, the next track is the last track. But I started listening to the next track so much just because I would put on the album and I would go to track number 10, and then what comes after 10, 11. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah. So that's all you got? No, that's all I got.
Yep.
Track number 11, our final song. It's called Addicted. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So at first I wasn't crazy about the song.
Uh-huh.
And I'm still not kind of, but I do like how she's like, you smoke on my weed,
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's this song.
It's a little different.
Uh-huh.
When you smoke on my weed, man. But I listened to it today. Like, I listened to the album before I came here. I was like,
Yeah.
I think this is my worst rating song on the album.
Okay.
And honestly, I probably listened, like I said, I listened to the previous track so much. I listened to this one, I'm like, what the kind of junk is this?
You've got fucking junk for a track.
So definitely Wake Up Alone, Some Unholy War. I said it perfectly that time. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
And Addicted are like, you could take those out. Just make this an 8-track album.
Mm-hmm.
But I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I didn't think it was enough. There's not enough bassy, stringy. It almost sounds like, not reggae, but like it feels like it's going for like a kind of a reggae vibe, and it's like Amy.
The ganja man.
Yeah.
She's
like, it's like you're from London
New
or something.
Hampshire
I don't know.
New Hampshire. No.
I was like, is he serious?
Shane, no. Dog, come on.
She's from the Virgin Islands, okay?
She's from the fucking Caymans, okay?
What do you got? Yeah, what do you got?
Okay. So, I put that actually, I really like the drums on this song. Bro, like, listen to it again and listen for the drums. The drums are...
No, it's a catchy tune. I just thought it was a little reggae sound, and it wasn't jazzy and bluesy like I like.
It might have been, like, that I didn't really get that into the song as a
Just kind of.
whole. Like maybe I didn't take it as seriously because it didn't feel as serious,
Oh, it definitely doesn't.
you know. So maybe like I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of like looking for something to like latch onto. But like I really like the drums in this. They were a standout. Maybe I'll fucking play it after we wrap. I don't know. I and I'm yeah. I put Amy likes her weed. Get your fucking own. It's a
That's me at home.
yeah.
It's
It's
like,
a
where's the Tupperware bowl? It's like, bitch,
no.
you don't pay for any of this.
All right.
This is mine.
You don't touch my shit.
You
all
don't
right?
touch my Tupperware.
You leave it.
I like how that's the theme.
You leave it alone.
I'm gonna save this episode to remember.
That's
I'm not the
mine.
only one.
That's mine. And I will use it when I feel like it. But it's a fun light track. I'd rather him leave you than leave him my draw. When you smoke on my weed, man, you gotta call the green man so I can get mine and you can get yours. Give it like a 7 out of 10. Which, like, I don't know, that might be a little generous, but that's what I gave it.
I mean, I gave it a 6, but it was just kind of like I was trying to be more critical this week with my rating because I know I kind of gave you some shit last week, but you did a good job last week.
Thanks.
I feel like we both did a pretty good job because we're both around the same scores this week on everything. Other than I was a lot higher on "You Can Only Hold Her," but it's my favorite song.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think like it. There definitely was probably like I said, an element of me kind of being like, well, it is getting a little samey because I feel like
No, it definitely does.
musically it doesn't really change that much.
No,
I don't feel
it's
like
a lot of the same.
yeah,
It's like the Red Clay Straits. We did that album. It's very similar sounding
yeah.
with a few outliers.
Then you look at something like kind of like what Hum did or what All J did, where like it musically it gets very different. Vocally it kind of stays the same kind of,
Yeah.
but like musically it changes a lot. So
I did want to point out a little thing. I'm going to give a little sneak peek. You can decide if we're going to give away the album next week or not. I'm going to give a
let's
little
do it. That's
tidbit. But we've done this album and the previous album and the next album are all English albums. Yes.
Huh.
Alt J, they're from London or something. I think they're from London. Anyway, that neck of the woods.
Okay.
Amy, same thing.
Okay.
And
good. Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah, tell us what the next album is because they're from the UK as well.
Next week's album will be, and I thought about like maybe like, because I was thinking about it this week. I was like, is it too late? Is it too late for me to change and throw them another album?
Could have, because I already have stuff. We could have saved it for a rainy day.
True, but nah, we're this far and might as well. Yeah, next week will be My Love Is Cool, or it is My Love Is Cool, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, My Love Is Cool by Wolf Alice, which I thought was funny because Amy Winehouse, Wolf Alice, AWWA. How about that? Look at us.
Look at us.
I keep fucking. We said it like 4 times
So
today.
good. It's supposed to you, but then I obviously have to come back.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No, I mean this.
What'd you overall think of the album though? Did you dig it? Because this was my pick. I like this album.
Sorry.
I have the poster at home in the garage.
I totally like derailed you. What were you gonna say about next week's like? Because we were talking about. Oh no, that was it. They're all.
They're all from the UK. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And the album I do after Wolf Alice is probably not going to stick with that theme, but we'll see.
Yeah. It's liable to change.
So we're going to do a little band. You guys may have heard the Beatles. No.
Are you gonna tell me later? Or are you gonna? Well, yeah. I mean, if not tonight, like you will.
I haven't decided yet. I have an idea, but
Okay.
I haven't because I listened to that album the other day and I was like,
yeah. Okay.
I've been fucking with, not to get us too. Well, we'll get into the album, but anyways, I've been fucking with. We'll get into the album wrap, I guess I should say. I watched this video about stuff, and I'm gonna try not to be too tangent here. About 2001, shit that happened in 2001. Alicia Keys released this album, Songs in A Minor.
Okay.
One of her best albums. Anyways, I listened to it. Listened to like 4 or 5 tracks the other night out in the garage, and I was like, "This is really good." But the problem is, I don't want to do it for review, at least not yet, because it's like an hour and a couple. It's like 16 tracks or something like that.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah. But I was like, "This is good," and I'm starting to like. She is. She's on the piano and shit, and she drops the N word every now and then. It's like this is.
She got it.
She's really got something here.
Yep.
And she's probably hot. I can't remember what she looked like in 01, but I'm sure.
She be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I put overall this was a solid album. I know I say that about most of the albums that we review, but it was. I feel like we haven't really reviewed anything outwardly bad.
I don't think we would because we're picking.
Why would we? You know what I mean?
I mean, there's some that like I'm like after I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, it's not as
Doesn't do it for me.
Good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
Or I'll dissect it more and be like, yeah, that's definitely got a couple of like filler tracks on it, or outliers as we call them, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but solid album. The music did get a little repetitive for me, but Amy's lyrics, vocals, and like just like her overall charisma saved the whole thing from like getting dull. You know. Um. Also, the fact that it fits a lot in. Like it has 11 tracks, and it goes quick. It doesn't fucking waste your time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that might have been part of why I was like maybe a little bit more generous in some spots, was just because like, man, it's like it good.
Yeah, she doesn't really have like a guitar solo or anything going
Yeah,
on. You
yeah.
don't lose 30 or 50 seconds or
There's no
however long.
fucking like 6.5 minute song on this.
Yeah.
It's like, get in,
I
we
did
do
like
it,
that about it.
we get on to the next. This was like the shortest
Oh,
album
by far that we've
we've
done now.
reviewed. Maybe
Yeah.
yeah, it
No, it
is.
definitely is. I don't think we've done anything under 40 minutes yet
Yeah,
besides
because
this.
Pink Floyd was like 40.
30
Was
was
like 40.
I think it was 42. I
Yeah,
think something like that.
because fucking like that one song was like 24 minutes.
Yeah. Echoes.
So, yeah, but yeah, no, I liked it. I do appreciate the fact that it doesn't fucking waste your time.
Yeah.
That's nice. Um, it was a good introduction to her. It's kind of crazy that was her last like official studio album before she died.
She's done a couple live stuff. Like she did a live at the BBC. She did a live somewhere else. But her live stuff is I almost think better.
Yeah.
I've watched some of it on YouTube because I'll just get in like it, especially now because I've been listening to this so much. I watch like some live stuff, just short snippets. But I'm like, she is. And then I watched the documentary like a year or two ago. The poster I have, the Amy poster I have, finally watched the documentary. I think it's on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
You guys at home listen and give it a watch. It's pretty good. It's sad, especially like her dad. Her dad was just I don't know whatever's going on with her mom. And she had a brother too.
Okay.
But I don't know if she had any other siblings, but yeah, I don't know. She just definitely got too caught up in the partying aspect of it. Like she told her like her friend from before she got,
Happens,
blew
dude.
up. She was like, this is only fun if I'm like fucked up.
Yeah.
And it's like I mean, I could see myself being the same way. Like I like to drink and smoke,
Yeah.
and then you just have everything available, and you have money, and
Yeah.
ugh,
No, dude. I mean,
that'd be
like,
rough.
I mean, like legit. Like, I mean, I don't know. I kind of been there before. Granted, I mean, I wasn't like
We weren't
like,
swimming in the dough, but still, you
but
could
like
be
the thing
very
was,
irresponsible.
I didn't really have like a whole shit ton of bills, so it was like, fuck, man,
What else am I gonna spend my money
it's
on?
like, man, I paid my insurance and my phone bill. What else I gotta worry about?
Yeah,
It's good.
this is house money.
Yeah, man. This fun.
Fuck,
money.
I don't need to save any of this.
Yeah, it's good. So no, I can definitely see like where she's coming from in that regard.
Was she in the 27 Club? We probably should have talked about that.
I think
she was, but yeah,
sure.
look it up real quick so we can.
Because it was like
It doesn't matter.
It was like Hendrix was in there, motherfucking
Cobain,
Kurt Cobain was in there,
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
They all have white lighters in their pockets, which, if you do recall me saying,
she's 27.
all lighters are white because if you peel off,
they're white underneath.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. She was 27.
Just like Casper.
Damn, she died July 23rd, 2011. It was like right when I was getting ready to start going to Heights. That's crazy.
She's like, I'm dying before
She's
Shane
like,
goes
this
there.
piece of shit is coming to
Licking Heights.
Patascala?
Patascala.
Fuck that. All right. He's dead. No, I'm dead. But no, it was a good album, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little curious about what her first album was like. You know, I'd be tempted to give it a listen.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I think obviously I picked it. I like this album. Like I said, I got the poster at home. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did.
Glad we covered it, and it was a super easy album to do because it was so short.
Absolutely, and like I feel like we were breezing through this, and I mean like granted we kind of hit like a pretty. I feel like
we've averaged it out kind of, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like closing thoughts like help stretch this out a little. But on to me.
On to you, sir.
Okay. You done with all your closing thoughts?
Yes.
Okay. So this week's movie trivia is Ex Machina.
Yes, actually, I think it's actually in my movie trivia.
No shit.
April 10th.
I mean, I hate to say it, but
I don't know what year I did.
2015.
Okay.
I hate to say it because I've said it a bunch, but look at motherfucking us.
Look at us, dude.
Okay. No,
That's fucking crazy. I seen it on the thing I was looking at, and I was like, oh, I might get a copy of that because
you should.
I do fuck with that
You
movie.
should. No, all right. No, I got
That's I
Hey,
love you, man.
hey,
I fucking
cheers.
love you.
Cheers, man. Love you too. Mm.
All right,
So,
quit that homo stuff.
oh yeah, I ain't like that. All right, I'm fancy, but
Good thing our dad weren't here.
he beat the fucking shit out of me. All right, but he's like, that boy smoked my weed. He's
Gotta
like,
call
boy,
it a green man.
yeah. He thought we were done. He moved 2 fucking things. All right, he wants his 50. He's gonna keep moving. So, no, I do have a different release date because I think it had I think it did run like the festival circuit before it like got like a proper release in the States. Um, so it was released. I have here April 24th of 2015. Written and directed by Alex Garland. It's actually his directorial debut. You might know him as the writer of Sunshine. We did a review for that. But well, it gone now, but that gives us a chance to redo it.
We'll do another one that's
Yeah,
better.
no one listened to that, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So it's his directorial debut. Like I said, wrote Sunshine. He also wrote like 28 Days Later. He's writing. I think he wrote 28 Weeks Later, and he's writing 28 Years Later, which comes out later this year.
28 decades later. 28
dude,
ounces
Jesus.
later.
So, can you imagine? Like, almost 300 years
I mean,
later.
I would
comes
honestly
out?
like. Wouldn't you go see one that's just like a?
It's just super futuristic.
Well, I don't know, but just something that's.
Fuck. Why not?
I mean, he's like, what's money? You know,
Yeah,
at this
who
point,
gives a
I'm gonna make a
shit?
shit bomb for just my true fans.
Yeah. So yeah, it was his directorial debut on a budget of $15 million. Yielded a box office of $37.3 million.
See, that's funny because I have a different number for it.
Really? Okay. Respect. I did put that the so yours is just like what's your trivia? Is it like a budget box office thing?
It's just in
Box
theaters.
office?
I think when it made just in theaters.
Okay, I gotcha. I think mine might have been like worldwide. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because mine's close. I'm not gonna.
Fair. For the trivia, the house is the Juvet Landscape Hotel in Norway. So you can actually
go there.
Yeah, you can go see
Damn, if
that.
I'm in Norway.
Yeah, dude.
Or if we're in Norway,
Yeah.
we're making a trip over there. I don't care if it's out of the way.
I was gonna say
Up the hill both ways.
If that becomes like our favorite fucking movie, and like we just like
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's a good watch.
yeah. So it's like an actual place you can go visit.
That's pretty cool.
That is. I like the fact that it's not just like some soundstage that they have in a studio. That it's like you'll never. There's no fucking chance. It's like no,
chance.
You could go. You could go.
Get a room.
Alex Garland described the future presented in the film as 10 minutes from now. Basically, if someone at Apple or Google announced tomorrow that they had made Ava, we would be surprised, but not that surprised. Not really. And mind you, this was back in like 2015.
I can see it. Yeah.
We're 10 years on. Like it.
Well, that's when shit was like really popping off.
Kind of.
Like we had phones where it was like if you connected to the internet, it was like it's going to cost you a lot, and then it went from like yeah, you can just have Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, have it all though.
Anything on your phone.
I remember going to see that too. I remember going to see that fucking movie.
Oh, in theaters, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you see it at?
I saw it at the Gateway.
Okay.
Which we went there.
Yeah, we saw
The Void and Free Fire there.
My seat.
My fucking seat, man. This is Savile Row. So, the movie title derives from Latin phrase Deus Ex Machina, a god from the machine. Do you remember that from Donnie Darko?
I do not.
Yeah, it's whenever Drew Barry. I think it's specifically in the director's cut. Whenever she is.
I like Drew Barrymore.
She got that dark lipstick. And she hair down. Yeah. Yeah, so there's like a part in the director's cut where she's like, and it's like towards the end of the movie, like right before shit starts popping off. But God from the Machine. It's originating from Greek tragedies. An actor playing God would be lowered via a platform, quotation marks, machine. Yeah, so that's what I got for that. It is the lowest grossing Oscar winner for visual effects since What Dreams May Come in 1998.
I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I. I don't even know what the fuck it's about. The three characters in the movie, like the three like main characters, because there's only like a handful of other people, like the pilot flying the helicopter and some of like the work colleagues. Like, but I mean, those are glorified extras basically. Because it really is just those three.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. The three main characters have appropriate biblical names. Ava, in the form of Eve, the first woman. Nathan, a prophet in the court of David, and Caleb, a spy sent by Moses to evaluate the Promised Land. So,
Interesting.
right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like,
I never looked at it like that.
I'm like, dude,
Why would I? But nice.
I have to get that.
Yeah, I'm glad you added that in.
Oh, and this one's fun. This isn't really like anything deep or anything, but like it's neat. The sound when the key card activates a door is the Tajat sound from the Android operating system. So like
that's pretty cool.
It should be on your phone right now. If you wanted to pick it, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to do that.
That is all I have for Ex Machina, but I'm not done yet. See, the whole reason I picked Ex Machina is because Alex Garland actually had a movie released last week, Warfare.
Let's get into it.
Bro, I've seen it twice.
I'm assuming you like it then.
Yes, I did. I went and saw it with Noah on Saturday. We just went to Gahanna, saw it there, and like their screens are like pretty basic, like nothing crazy.
Well, that's where we saw the monkey, right?
Stonegate? Yeah. Yeah, so we went to fucking Stone Ridge, saw it there.
Stone Ridge, yeah, not Stonegate.
And no, it was really fucking good. It's 90 minutes.
I think I might have saw a trailer for it.
You probably did.
And I love it's a war movie, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love a good war movie.
Set in like 2006, November.
It's about Iraq, right?
It's about Iraq.
Okay, I think I did. Was there a trailer for it maybe when we went and saw the monkey?
Perhaps. Because I mean, only like 2 months apart. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
But yeah, bro, 90 minutes, quick. Like it's like pretty like for a war movie. It's very small scale. Like you think of something like I don't know, Saving Private Ryan, or
I need to rewatch that.
Good ass movie, but this is a group of 10 guys in a house. It like opens up, they find a house, they go in, and they realize they're like, we're on a sniping operation. We need to provide cover for like a different operation happening in this village. That's our whole purpose, is just snipe and like help them when they need it. And they're like, this house is perfect. It gives us a line of sight. We can see like exactly where we're fucking shooting. Like this is the spot. This is the spot.
Prime real estate.
So they get in the house.
There's people in there though.
There is, but like they have translators with them. They're like, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you. Just
the people 2 doors over.
Just relax. It's fine. Just be cool.
Just be cool, man. Tell that bitch be cool.
Tell that bitch be cool. So like they get ready to go up to the second floor. It's a duplex, and like it's 2 apartments. It's fucking walled off. They have to fucking smash it down. Smash down.
I'm assuming they don't have drywall over there. It's
no,
probably
bro,
something else.
Concrete blocks.
Yeah.
Like cinder blocks.
We need a forklift up here pronto.
Bro, so like they fucking smash down this wall, and the next day comes and they're like, the sniper's kind of like looking around. Everyone's just kind of sitting around, like not really doing shit, because I mean they're there to snipe. Like you're not like guns blazing or anything, and you can't like.
This is a long con.
And you can't kill civilians either.
Yeah.
Like that's like, dude, you'll fucking be killed. Like you'll do life if you come back from that. Like, and they find out you killed someone. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, okay, we fucking just keep them cool. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna sit around, just do what we gotta do. Doesn't take long before they're like, oh no, they know we're here. People like,
oh yeah, I bet they fucking loose lips sink ships.
Fucking well. Also, them like smashing down a wall in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that like, probably didn't help.
They do
just
hear. They
be
do
like,
hear that on the,
fuck. And they're like, there's definitely Americans here.
they heard that on like the radio. Like one of the guys is like, "Yeah, you breaking down that wall, not as quiet as you thought." We fucking heard that, so they heard that, and like it doesn't take long before they're like, they're in that house over there.
Yeah, the one that was making all the noise 2 nights ago.
So yeah, no, like dude, it made me like, cause Noah and I went and saw it, and I won't say what happens, but something happens that I was like, like, oh no, and so like that happens, and then one of the guys has a like light machine gun, which like you hear a light machine gun, you might think like, oh, it's a small machine gun. No.
I'm thinking like, I don't know, SMG or
Yeah, exactly. A submachine gun,
yeah,
like an MP5 or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
No, this is like a big like drum fed,
Okay.
like big ass machine gun.
Do that again. Do that again. Yeah, that's.
Dude, so
You thought breaking down that wall was loud.
that and like the fact that like they're inside of a house and like firing a big ass
That'd
gun
be
like
so
that.
fucking
I'm
loud.
like, holy shit. I'm like, this sound is nuts.
Oh, in the movie theater, I'm sure.
So I mean it was good. And then like there was one other thing that happens in the movie that like made me like whoa, made me fucking jump.
Really?
Like Noah too.
Okay, I was gonna ask that.
Like it was oh my god. Like if you weren't ready for it, even though like they kind of show it in the trailer what's about to happen, so I kind of knew it was coming, it still fucking got me like, oh. So, but I was like, that was really fucking good. I want to go see it on like, I want to go see it at the big theater. I want like the biggest sound.
Comfy seat. You can recline back in.
Yeah, yeah. I want the best sound system possible. Which, granted, I didn't quite get that. We went and saw it in IMAX, which is like
the big screen, yeah.
Big screen, and like the sound system is meant to fill the theater. The best like sound option you can get for a movie, at least from my experience,
Dolby
Atmos.
Yep, my phone's got Dolby Atmos,
and it's made to
it's basically a movie theater.
Its whole thing is like, IMAX will fill the theater. Dolby Atmos is like meant for like precise like sound. You know what I mean? Like if something happens to the left, the speakers on the left.
Yeah.
Like, so like, yeah. I remember going to see like Blade Runner 2049 and being like blown away by the sound.
Yeah, the sound and a nice sound. Like I'm trying to work on something like that out in my garage where I have something actually from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because I got the TV right there, and that's like the entertainment corner of the garage.
Yeah.
Where I could like potentially put something on and be like,
nice.
Because I played a couple things out there recently. Like when I listen to the album, sometimes I listen to them out there on my stereo in the garage, and it has like a very wide. It's got a super wide range of frequency.
Okay.
So you hear a lot of stuff that you normally don't hear because your phone or your car speaker just won't pick it up
naturally.
So it's like, like I'll be out there listening to hum, and I'm like, I wonder if Shane's even heard that because like I haven't heard this before.
Like on your headphones or on
your
phone
or in your car because it doesn't pick up the frequencies. Yeah, especially if you don't have like our phones are like they're good.
But they can only do so much.
Even like your headphones are good, but yeah, you don't get any bass. You don't get the low frequencies.
Have you listened to that album anymore? Like since we listened to it? Yeah.
I went through a couple nights ago and was just revisiting almost all the albums we did besides Pink Floyd, and just adding liked songs. But I listened to Apollo, and probably Green to Me, and maybe a couple others off of it, but not a whole lot. But I have.
Yeah.
I have. I will say that. But
hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, we saw it again last night, and we saw it in the IMAX, and it was funny because whenever like the part that like made me jump
you
was
were looking
coming
around
up,
like
I freed up my hands, like gripped my leg, and I was like, I held my breath, and then it, bam!
That good, huh?
Yeah. No, it was funny because there's like a small explosion that goes off like earlier in the movie, and like whenever that went off when we saw it in the IMAX, I was like, that was a small one. The big shit's coming. Here we go. So yeah, and they also it's like the last thing I'll add, but
no, you're good. We're good on time.
They did this thing that I didn't even know was a thing. It's called a show of force, which is where like they're in a village full of civilians, as well as like some like armed, enemies of the United States. And it's like, well, we can't just fucking firebomb like the civilians. We can't do that. So we have to do a thing called a show of force, which is where they bring in a jet and they fly it as like close to the ground as they can possibly
See who
get.
shoots at it?
No, not to like see
Okay.
who shoots at it, kick up a fucking shockwave that like disorients
yeah.
people. And yeah, that
That's interesting.
yeah. So it was fantastic, and it's only 90 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give this a watch.
We'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, for
together
sure.
At some point.
Now I'm like, might have to hook the HDMI to the receiver out in the garage and crank her up, bud.
He and one other thing is
Subwoofer
like,
on.
Alex Garland is like one of like two directors I can think of that I've seen every single one of their movies in theaters.
Really?
Because it was Ex Machina, Annihilation, Men, Civil War, and Warfare. Those are his 5 movies that he's like directed and put out, and I've seen all of them.
He's only 54.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking up.
Yeah.
He's got a birthday coming up, May 26th.
Sick.
You getting him anything, or we'll probably skip this one too.
He'd be like, look, do you have a P.O. box? I'll send it to you. But yeah, it's him and Robert Eggers, the guy that made The Witch. I've seen all his stuff.
Yeah, The Witches.
Because The Witch was
Still got my copy wrapped.
that was his first movie that he put out. So
Did you hear that? A little. Yeah, I was like, ooh, probably caught that on the audio.
So, do you want to do this one?
Yeah, let's do the shot real quick.
All right.
I just want to take this moment to shout out my best friend for getting me a gift when I showed up today. I got a.
Oh, you don't have to go jump off.
No, I want to though. I got a vinyl copy of Captain Murphy's
Duality.
I thought.
Duality.
But I don't know what year this was from. It doesn't say on it. It's just the vinyl.
2012.
We haven't opened it yet, but it's something we have not covered anything like this at all on the pod yet. But
we should at some point.
maybe at some point we will. We'll have to look. I mean, this could be one that we could agree on maybe once we run out of ideas or rainy day fund it. But I did want to say, shout out to Shane for hooking me up with that. And that's all I got to say about that.
It's funny because I was playing Helldivers before you got here, and I was like, "What you want to bet?" He's gonna be like, "My boy, hooked it up," and I was like, "You don't have to do that. You don't."
No, I appreciate it.
No,
And
sure,
it's a nice gift because it's something I'll look at and I'll be like,
hell yeah.
I remember getting that.
Yeah. So.
I remember just stealing it from Shane's apartment.
Well,
and telling him to tell me it was a gift.
It hasn't I think maybe it had one vinyl release beforehand, I think.
Yeah, that is a good thing to add. This is a re-release.
It's a little bit more.
This is a re-re.
It's a little bit more rare, and the original is fucking well sold out. Do you?
No, it's not a big thing. We'll get into my movie trivia.
Let's do it.
So I actually have sources this week, so I can, if you guys are mad about my numbers, because like I told you, my stuff didn't line up with what you were saying about Ex Machina.
Give me. I'll do it. You do your thing.
I got it. No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm a big kid. Okay.
He's a big kid now.
So, anyways, this movie grossing trivia is sourced from our friends at Office Mojo, because that's or Box Office Mojo.
Okay.
So, this is 2015, as I know now, because you told me, because I didn't write it down. First matchup, we got 5 here, so best of 5. Let's see how you do. I think last week you won. Most weeks you do pretty damn good. We're going to get into that afterwards, because this is too much of my attention.
That's a whole thing.
Anyways, number 1 matchup.
Is this
no, this is not number 1. This is actually different. I almost gave away the numbers of how they rank. But you'll know this movie. I don't know if I doubt you've seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either of these movies.
Is this a specific year?
2015.
Okay.
50 Shades of Grey going up against something similar. Straight Outta Compton.
Ooh.
Who made more money? It's pretty close.
Tough. Yeah, no.
These are within 2 of each other, like in a ranking of 1 to 100. This could be like a 98 and 100 or 1 and 3. But
I am going to say, and I mean this is just shot from the hip because I feel like, tell me this, did 50 Shades of Grey release on Valentine's Day?
The day before.
50 Shades of Grey.
You're correct.
Because it was a fucking cultural phenomenon, and
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Paige and I watched that together. No. We didn't. I take that back.
Paige or what was her name?
Paige.
No, she had that other name. Remember when she drank?
Phoebe.
Phoebe, yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, okay. She went and saw it with her mom.
That's hot.
I mean, it was a movie for the ladies. But
Indeed.
yeah, I remember her telling me about that, and then I fucking like caught the end of it at like someone's house one time. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking cultural phenomenon. Straight out of Compton, big movie, obviously, but like, yeah, 50 Shades.
All right, number 2 matchup. These are kind of somewhat similar. We got Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation,
Okay.
going up against American Sniper.
Ooh.
Now, I will tell you,
Ooh.
I'll tell you the release dates, because Mission Impossible,
It was like May.
July 31st.
And
American Sniper, though, was
December.
released on Christmas Day.
Christmas motherfucking
Which
day.
is
I did go see
kinda
that
neat.
with Paige.
I did not see American Sniper, but I heard it was really good. And
It's a
Mission
good-ass
Impossible, I
movie.
haven't seen shit of
Oh,
any of the Mission Impossibles.
this is tough. Because one is an existing franchise. I want to say it's like the 5th entry. And then
Yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah, it's like the 5th
Didn't
entry.
write that part down.
And then fucking American Sniper is like pretty much an original IP.
I feel like there was a lot of hype for American Sniper.
There was. And
Mission Impossible was like fucking Tom Cruise with his servants.
But like they're fucking the Mission Impossible movies are fucking good.
Now people, they like you said, they hold their worth.
Around 4, they really start to like pick up steam. Like 1 was good, 2 was kind of corny, 3 was good, 4 was great, 5 onward like just gets better and better and better. Except for the most recent one, that one was kind of bugs, but not like bad, but like I'm like, oh, that's
Nothing compared to the other ones.
I'm gonna say American Sniper. Okay. How much was the difference?
So Mission Impossible. I'm sorry, actually, American Sniper was better.
Go,
I'm sorry,
bro.
12 is definitely a higher number than 6. American Sniper came in at number 6 with $348,797,073.
How much?
$333. 348.
48. Okay.
Mission Impossible was 195.
Okay.
42,377.
I remember there being a lot of hype behind that. Paige and I did go see that at the Gateway. I do remember that.
Yeah, my bad. I don't know.
What was that, Brad? Yeah, you're fine.
Fucking stroke over here. All right. Our number 3 matchup. So far you're 2 for 2. Okay. Let's see how you are on number 3. Now this movie, I don't know if you've seen it, but I thought it was kind of funny. McFarlane USA. I don't know what it is. Okay. Anyways, it came out February 20th of 2015, Walt Disney Studios. Going up against, we've talked about it already, Ex Machina. I have it as April 10th from A24 Studios, but you said April 24th or something, so. Shit. What do you think, though, that number 3 matchup?
I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know what McFarlane, and I was going to look it up to just plug it in, because I was like.
Hold on. Like, I'm not gonna full.
Well, I don't think it'll give much away.
But I was like, let me see if I just want to know if I remember this.
See if it rings a bell.
Does this jog a memory? It's okay. It's the sports movie. I mean, okay. McFarlane USA. No, good.
Yeah, right.
Good.
So,
I'm glad to take an L on that one. The only reason I say that is because it's fucking like it's Disney versus A24, early A24. So I would like kind of prefer like A24 would win.
All right. So I mean you've already won, but we'll continue the next 2. So we got the Hateful Eight going up against Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Fuck. Okay. 1 is rated R. Says the N-word a lot. And if you've had a DUI, you don't have to have an ID to get in.
No, they'll just let you in. They'll be like, oh, yeah, you got a lot going on.
He make a good argument.
Old enough to DUI, old enough to get in for this movie.
He or she make a good argument to not get in. Fuck. Damn, I might lose this week.
No, you already won. You got 3 out of 5 already.
No, I got 2 out of 5.
Did you?
Yes. First 2. Then 3, I stumbled. Ex Machina hasn't come up yet. Or no, it has.
Yeah, it did. We just did it.
Okay.
You think on it. I'm going to take a pee.
Yeah, I'm going to pee too.
All right, guys, we're back with the matchup. It's the 4th and final matchup.
Oh, okay. I thought we had 5.
Well, this is our fourth. Oh, not final. Fourth out of
Okay.
the 5 being
Fourth.
final.
Okay.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. The Hateful Eight going up against Paul Blart Mall Cop number 2.
Okay. So Quentin Tarantino.
The Hateful Eight also was released on Christmas.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. Same day as motherfucker. Okay. That's interesting.
That is interesting. What is mine? What is
Fuck.
this? What is this doing?
Well, this is tricky because one is Tarantino, and that's a big.
The other is a really successful director.
Yeah, no, people love him. So it's like, okay, Quentin Tarantino, very successful. People like his movies. He has a following. It's also a very rated R movie. And Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 is a family-friendly movie by Happy Madison. So, like,
I have it as Sony
well, okay, Sony, but it's a Happy Madison's picture.
production or picture. Yeah,
whatever. So, and that's like Adam Sandler's like people. So, is your computer okay?
Well, I got like some liquid on it, and it's okay. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that's good. Let me tell you.
So, family friendly versus rated R is L. I'm gonna say Hateful Eight.
Paul Blart.
Really?
Yep. Paul Blart was number 40. Hateful Eight was 126. It only made 13 million, which I find mind blowing because it couldn't have been very expensive to make. Other than, I mean, it was an all-star cast, kind of, but most of his movies have a good cast.
Okay. Fuck. All right, I'm on the back foot now. All right.
So, our final matchup is number 1 versus number 2, which I think I'm always going to make that a thing because I do like it.
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, go ahead.
Jurassic World versus Star Wars.
Star Wars, bro. No?
Jurassic World.
I lost?
By only... So, Jurassic World made 652. Star Wars made 651. To be fair, though, Star Wars overall it grossed more. But in theaters, Jurassic World.
Huh.
Check back next week. I don't know what year actually, I could probably tell you what.
Ain't gonna be no next week. Blam!
So next week is Alt J. This is all yours. I think I wrote down what years.
What?
We're doing movie trivia next week from 2005. So brush up.
Okay. All right.
I already have next week's prepared.
Fuck. Okay. I even fucking cheated on the fucking Hateful Eight one. You went to the bathroom. I was like, give me that. So maybe I wasn't looking at the right thing. All right. I was gonna say Paul Blart. To be fair, I was gonna say Paul Blart. But
It's a family movie. That's why I would have went with Paul Blart.
I'm like, motherfucking Jurassic Park beat Star Wars?
Barely
That's
though.
unbelievable.
Barely.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Star Wars was released before Christmas, like December 18th too. That's kind of.
Yeah.
Jurassic was middle of the summer, which.
I remember going to see both of those. Damn. Okay. All right, but yeah, next week.
Alt J.
My Love is Cool.
My Love is Cool. You really want to fuck with the wolf?
Yeah.
Really want to fuck with Alice?
Yeah, I think I do. So.
Wolf.
Oh, and I almost forgot to mention. Next week, well, this week I should say, they're
What's coming out? What's coming out this week?
What's
good?
Let's see. Releasing this week. Horror movie. I mean, there were a handful of movies coming out, but the main one,
The Spotlight, the Shane Spotlight.
The one that I'm probably going to go see this weekend is a movie called Bless You.
Who's that directed by?
Michael Thompson. It is directed by Ryan Coogler, and it is called Sinners. So,
interesting.
It's a horror movie, and I'm not going to say much more about it.
I mean, with a title like that, I would assume horror, at least like something action-packed, thriller.
But yeah, that's kind of the vibe I get. But it's
that's just the vibe I get.
Yeah, he made Black Panther and Creed, which was like a
with arms wide open.
Exactly, it was like a Rocky spinoff. So
the boxing movie.
Yeah, he's a good director. He's very good. So I'm excited, and I hear the movie's great, so I'm excited to check it out. So Anyway, anything else for this week?
Actually, I do. After
Yeah.
you said that, speaking of spinoffs, I caught this.
Further back towards the chair.
What about it?
Did you want to get into that?
Oh, we'll get into that, but we're doing that off the air.
Okay.
I caught a spinoff though of Better Call Saul. I caught a little snippet of it,
Okay.
and I was like, "Damn, this is actually got me." And I was like, "What movie is this from?" And I actually used AI to like help me research it, and it was like it's from a TV show, and I'm like, it's like when he's in the warehouse and he's like safety guy.
Wait, so it was Better Call Saul?
Yeah, it was Better Call Saul, spinoff of
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yes.
Okay. Ironically enough, came out in 2015. That was its first season.
Look at this.
Yeah. No, I didn't keep up with it, but I heard like a number of people be like,
Yeah, a lot of people fucked with it.
a number of people were like, "Yo, this is like better than," which it's like, how the fuck you do that? But I'm
They-
pretty sure it was the same creative team. So
Yeah, that would make sense.
yeah. So, okay.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all
That
we
is
have
it for
for
this
this
week's
week.
episode.
So,
Until next time, don't work too hard now.